Mr. Quigley, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, children traumatized in their homes, schools, and daycares, people targeted based on the color of their skin, U.S. citizens violently detained, families separated, and people killed by masked federal agents. This is the chaos we witnessed in the Trump administration. They have deployed undertrained, emboldened immigration enforcement agents who have terrorized communities from Chicago to Minneapolis. But through it all, the administration has excused this behavior and encouraged agents to go even further. All the while, they've piled up more money into the agencies committing these atrocities. Since ICE and CBP began this reign of terror in my city, I've heard from thousands of my constituencies that they want some accountability. And you can understand that. I've been to shelters and food pantries where people are afraid to go, undocumented or citizens. I've been to businesses in Pilsen and Little Village. Their businesses are down 20 to 50% because people are just afraid to go out. In Wicker Park, the Chamber of Commerce met. They said that the combination of tariffs and the COVID raids have been worse for them than COVID to where they're going and whether they can sustain. Now, this administration claimed that they would go after the worst of the worst, but the facts in Chicago are different. According to records from Trump's own Justice Department, 97% of the people detained during Operation Midway Blitz had no criminal record. A federal judge has ruled that ICE violated a consent decree after they made arrests without warrants or probable cause. Before the horrified killing of Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, immigration enforcement officers shot Miramar Martinez and Silverio Villegas Gonzalez in Chicago. They killed Mr. Villegas Gonzalez. This has to stop. One of the things Congress can do to stop this is to turn off the spigot. No more money for the illegal operations. ICE has seen its budget triple under this administration. They have more than doubled the number of agents, offering them $50,000 bonuses and drawing away much-needed police officers. Chicago is 2,000 police officers short. And they see ads that say, you can quit your job, start collecting your pension, and we'll give you a $50,000 bonus. We also have read of incredibly important law enforcement programs where those officers are being taken away to go after the people in the city of Chicago and across our country. So this is why I introduced an amendment to restrict DHS funding until ICE and CBP make drastic changes. The amendment will require them to stop illegal warrantless arrests, mandate active body cameras for ICE and CBP, restrict the use of facial coverings during immigration enforcement operations, restrict the use of chemical irritants like pepper spray, and prohibit raids in or near sensitive locations like schools, hospitals, and courthouses. Now, that used to be the custom under all previous administrations. You don't do that here. But those customs are gone. So the bottom line is Congress can't continue to fund ICE while they violate the rights of tens of thousands in Chicago, Minneapolis, and across the country. My amendment would bring that to an end, and I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Quigley. Mr. Norman, do you have any questions?
Mr. Quigley, just a question. When you were talking about the scared children, the, I guess, insane, in your words, action of President Trump, did you have the same empathy for the unaccompanied minors that the Biden administration let in, that are unaccounted for, that are child trafficked, sex trafficked?
You mean the ones I have sympathy for that were torn apart from their families under the first Trump administration? No people should be taken away from their families. I think the bottom line core to this is you deal with the atrocities and things that are happening in their home country.
My specific question is, the unaccompanied, with the Biden administration opening the borders, with the hundreds of thousands of children that are in who knows where, sex trafficked, whatever, is there sympathy for them?
Okay, I have sympathy for all who are suffering this, but let's remember, the Trump administration is taking away officers from other enforcement duties and investigations, including child trafficking. We have problems in Chicago in terms of public safety and issues that deal with the safety of kids. But he's poaching police officers, asking them to come leave Chicago and go do this. So absolutely have those concerns. But I don't for a second think the administration has any sympathy for kids because they're cutting emergency housing grant programs now. So there's no room at the end. They're cutting SNAP benefits, so there's no food at the end. And they're cutting the health care benefits and actually doubling the cost of health care benefits. So if you get sick at the end, there's no place for those kids to go. So I don't think this administration gives a damn about kids. They haven't done anything to show any concern. And please don't tell me that they care about kids who have been forced to leave their home countries, often by themselves, when he does nothing to help them there, when he cuts foreign aid, when he cuts programs that help dissidents in those countries address those issues. So respectfully, I don't want to hear how concerned this administration is about kids with the 5 years of their track record.
You're part of the group that are endangering the police officers, the ICE agents. You're part of the group, you got Trump derangement syndrome. It's sick what you're putting the ICE agents through. And, the American people are seeing the front and center stage. Mr. Stansbury, you were talking about
the same group that cares about ICE agents.
I'd like to ask you,
that cut the benefits.
The floor is not yours.
And won't honor those, and
Ms.
they'll
Stansbury,
pardon the kids.
You were making comments.
They'll pardon the insurrectionists. Yeah, they care about cops.
It's not his floor. He doesn't have the time. I do.
Well, I could respond to his last
didn't ask you
comment,
a
which was an
question.
attack on me, Madam Chairman.
Yeah, I didn't ask him another
I
question.
just wanted to know, can I respond to his last statement?
Mr. Quigley, I'm sorry. He didn't ask you a question. He made a comment.
So I don't get to respond to that?
No,
Okay.
sir. No, sir.
I didn't ask for a response. I mean,
Well, I
your
assume you
response-
didn't
your
want to because you
response-
lose the
Your
argument.
response told all.